Hello everyone, thanks for coming outside with me today. Quick 2-minute tip video on should you wrap your arrows or should you not. If you've been following my channel, you know that I pretty much always wrap my arrows unless they're my indoor arrows, so clearly I've chosen the pros over the cons, but I'd like to go over both of them for you and let you make the decision for yourself. So there are 5 reasons why I particularly use them. One is the added customization. This is a Bohning wrap, it looks pretty cool, adds that nice white underneath to my orange fletchings, really makes it pop to not only your eye but as well as in the woods. Also, adding that extra vinyl, whether it's a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-inch wrap, it adds extra overall weight to your arrows. So if you're a little bit underweight for where you want to be, some states have minimum weights that you have to shoot. If you're a little bit underweight, adding that wrap could help boost that grains per inch and that overall arrow weight and help you out in the deer woods. Third, it's not that hard to apply these things. You know, if it was really difficult to do them, I definitely wouldn't muck around and spend all the time working with them, but it's really easy just to peel the vinyl off, roll it on a magazine or a mouse pad is what I use, roll it right on, take a paper towel so I'm not getting oils on my hands, wipe it down so I don't have any bubbles, and it's set to go. I can do a dozen arrows in just a matter of minutes. Fourth is that these things are really inexpensive. You can buy them like off of eBay. You can get a dozen wraps for $5, any length you want, pretty much almost any color you want. That's a pretty good deal. And lastly, this kind of resolved the personal thing. It helped out with adhesion issues that I was having putting veins and feathers just directly onto the carbon. It made for a very universal, clean fit around the entire 360 degree of the arrow. Every fletch was getting glued onto the same exact surface regardless of what the carbon was like underneath, and I've had 0 fletching adhesion issues since. Now the cons of using a wrap, and probably the biggest con and the one that I've had the most issues with, is that when you tear off a fletch, you know, you shoot arrows too close together, you rip one off, or just over time it starts to peel off. The glue, because it's glued to the vein and to the vinyl, it's going to rip off the vinyl first. It's not just going to take the vein clean off the wrap. It's going to take the vein and the vinyl wrap that's underneath, completely ripping it off from the carbon, meaning you're going to have an exposed bit of carbon underneath, and the wrap itself is compromised overall over its entire integrity. So you have to rip off all 3 veins, get the wrap off, and rewrap and refletch all 3 veins. Secondly, to go along with that, is that sometimes you can, if you leave them in extreme heat, you leave them in your car for a while in a bright hot summer day, or sometimes you just get a bad batch of wraps, they'll start to peel up on the seams. Just recently I was making arrows for a customer, thank you Sam by the way, I was making arrows for a customer, and the wraps, they were just a bad batch of wraps. The adhesion was terrible. They were bubbling up underneath. They were coming off at the seam. It was just a bad bunch. Although that has been kind of a rarity, it's something you have to watch out for. As a counter argument to what I said earlier about the universal agreement of fletch adhesion, meaning that 360 degrees is the same piece of vinyl, for some people that has been a problem with the glues that they used, and they just don't get good fletch adhesion between the vein or the feather and the wrap. A fourth and final problem, and a second and final counter argument, I alluded to earlier how adding a wrap could add overall weight to the shaft. However, it adds it on the wrong end of the arrow. Typically you want to add weight on the front to increase the overall front of center mass of an arrow. That's a much better formula to have. It does add weight, but it adds it on the back end, which mathematically isn't ideal. So whether you choose to wrap your arrows, to not wrap your arrows, if you have any questions about it, please do follow the links in the description below. Hit me up on Facebook or Gmail, or leave a comment here on YouTube. Hope you're able to get outside, enjoy the sport of archery, enjoy the sport of archery hunting if you so choose. Definitely enjoy God's beautiful creation, and we'll get to see you next time.